Hi, Virgo, and welcome to your love forecast with your love, Dr. Here, Melissa Joy. I'm telling you in the meditation I had before I began the reading, your word came out as south, and I'm like, south? What? And it showed me like the vista that generally south indicates shorelines, moving towards the south, going to some beach time celebration, maybe coming to the edge of something and dipping your toe in it. Yeah, some of it might involve time with your best friend, but also some love coming on in and playtime being restored. That's interesting, Virgo. I love how you give me sentences and full descriptions, and you're like, I'm very specific. I know what I want in this life. I know what I want, and I want to have it. And you're like, how do I have it? How does it come about? So let's get a Moonology card for you, Virgo, and let's dive into that. Let's ask some of these questions and see what is going on. You could get your person in your mind. You could get yourself in your mind. Whichever direction you're wanting to come from. I see what's going on here. Ooh, conclusions are within reach. Maybe you've been working on things for quite some time. Maybe things have felt thick, desperate, difficult, whatever else that you're trying to get through to someone, maybe even a loved one. And it's create a bit of intensity. It's taken some creativity as well. But this someone that you're also trying to reach is yourself. That's why you've put this effort in. All right, Virgo. So meaning that we're moving from effort to playtime. So maybe you've been working to turn the wheel, the 10 card, which to me often has the monkey and the dog on it, meaning there's work time and there's playtime. There's a time for every season, and in every day, make time to play. Okay, thank you, poet. Did you know it? Make time to play in every day. And look at that. We have the 6 of Cups coming about. And it brings you into your youthful divine self, that you start finding pleasure with yourself and with others. Not just having to put it off to when. Like if you put off watering a plant too long, then there's loss, even if there is some recovery. Okay? It's saying stop holding out on yourself, Virgo. And let's get into what? Ooh, Queen of Wands and 4 of Wands. Some of you, that is some love magic calling on in what it is that you desire. And it's saying that you, first of all, the evidence that you love yourself, that you have this balance each and every day, because bringing in something or someone else, or in this case, if something is already going on with another person, it just adds intensity and stress. And it can make you want to regulate and control and to make a plan and have these disciplines in these specific things, which then blocks it up and latches it up even more. It takes some of the connection and the comprehension out of things. So Queen of Wands is here to cook some love up, put together all your magical charms, and remind you of things gone by. Maybe things that you've loved, activities that you love that begin to stir it up, whether on your own and together. You're saying both, on your own and together. Okay, so let's see if you have one more card for Virgo here. You do. And this is what you're like, huh? How do we make the light embrace the dark and the dark embrace the light? And say, oh, use your judgment. Sometimes just stopping to ask yourself in the midst of this is, what's a way that I could bring this all together? Because you're introducing the question or the quest. The opportunity for more information to come in, because it's obvious your soul and yourself are seeking to share that with you. Thus, this is spirit coming on in to show you how many options you have, that life can have a variety. It doesn't have to have a rut and a routine. Now, you can apply routine, but we're talking about when it becomes habitual and it becomes habit, it begins to be constraining and limiting, and it begins to block the beauty that is right there with you all along, okay? So then the flow becomes chalked up like this, and life becomes hard, upside down. All right, it's the potential wanting to come in, but it's like a lot of effort in vanity, meaning the work and the effort are being put in, but the results aren't showing up. The investment and the outcome are not matching. Okay, so let's get a little bit into, we're going to start with this 2 of Swords over here. So tell us a little bit about this stuff not matching. We need more than that, please. About it not lining up and getting out of balance here. How do we bring in the prosperity? And what's some advice for the investing in love, investing in... Okay. And it's like you need to take a look at your judgment, the way you are seeing things. This is the Hanged One coming on in, and it's not natural to you. Okay? There have been some things that you've witnessed in love that keeps this pattern going about, and it doesn't have to. That's why they're trying to get you bust the rut. Bust the rut, the routine. And some people long ago used to call roots ruts. So, you know, changing the roots, change the root, change the fruit, right? Where are you coming from in this? Why are you coming from there? What is it that you're feeling inside that is creating this need to blind yourself to the truth and begin to paint it a different way? Interesting. Because see, birds can fly. All right. When you fly, you notice it becomes the sun, your guiding light. When you're seeing it this other way, it's how you paint things. Maybe it's devil's advocate. Oh, it's funny. I love you. Placed yourself lifting up above the things that used to pursue you. Maybe things that niggle at your mind, and they, what does she call them? Giblets. The little jibber jabber things that get at your mind. This weighing options, pros and cons, that type of thing. That's what you're talking about. Okay. So then we have the 10 of Pentacles that you shot out under the Judgment. And that's quite interesting because you're telling me Judgment is the 2 X's, the 20, the 2 Pentacles is what you're saying. And so you're saying, let's take a deeper look at that. It's like you're coming up for a breath of fresh air. And that spirit celebrating here, because the Judgment card is usually those coming up back from the dead. And obviously, if that impact was on you, that you were dead for a long time, because that would be a bird in a snare. And what once ensnared you, you are willing to leave behind, is what you're showing me when we looked at this, okay? So I want to get another card on this 10 of Pentacles. I want to see a little bit more going on here. To do it, we're going to go into the Love Tarot. You're a natural at defending yourself in groups. It's like feeling different, all right? Being liberated from feeling different, not unique, different. And different has to have something to reference, to compare to, okay? So doing away with comparison is what you're showing me here. Yep. Princess of Disc, owning who you are. Even if you only know partly yourself, you're on the stage of discovery and owning it. Owning the onus, the responsibility, the relieving of the burden. Because if you have that power, you have the key, then you can open the house, you can go on the door, you can engage in the rights and the privileges along with the responsibility. Maybe you're someone who had to raise your parents, like the adult child of an alcoholic, so you had to grow up early and preemptively. That's, yeah, okay. So the whale is breathing up there. That's for some of you. That's for sure lighting up. But she's coming in to say it's time to tend to your own garden now. And you've come such a long way from the family you grew up in. Some of it may have been the parents, both the parents attaching to you, whether they're still married to each other or not, and it put you in a difficult position. Couldn't totally bond with your siblings, so it caused a break there as well. And that put a lot of pressure on you in your mind, because you were trying to get everybody to get along, to come together on the same page. And that's some of what you were trying to repeat here. Okay? But that's that thing. There's no bondage here. There's the choice, the hand-holding, the agreement to go together. Willing to see light, the same light of day. To give each other that respect, okay? To grow and to develop. I like that. I like that little term we had here. So let's get a couple of cards. Queen of Wands. Tell us about, ooh-wee, 2 of Pentacles. And you're like, I've already decided. I'm choosing me. No more being in the middle. I'm moving beyond this, the gears grinding, in that I'm going to follow my passion. I love that. That's nebulous energy, and that is the cloud of formation, kind of like plasma, where the stars are born from. And I love that you're making it plural. So many dreams coming true with this little adjustment being made, recognizing that you're your most valuable player. That's what you're saying. You choose you. That's Team I. Choosing yourself. Because when you choose yourself, you know how to decide for yourself. You know how to mind your own business and how to go forward and not get sucked into continuing to put your investment in others. You cannot eat for another, right? So the outcome and rewards and results you weren't obtaining for yourself for how much energy and output you were putting there. And the judgment card, people are going like, hallelujah, hallelujah. And the whale's like, that's right. And now you're narrowing it down to 2. That's interesting. 10 of Pentacles to the 2 of Pentacles. And usually 2 of Pentacles has to do with indecision and not knowing which to choose in your life purpose. But you've chosen. You've chosen to let your life have purpose and meaning. And the goat is like, that's right. That is lighting up this heart chakra. And it's burning out the old bondages. Because see, like these are old twigs. This is like some little shanty of a cage, a cabin you're talking about. Just enough to hold up a roof. And they're like, we're going to raise that roof, Cappy, here. Straight up, you might check out the Capricorn reading of how they're going to raise the roof. Maybe even your earthen siblings, because remember, it's talking about having been hindered from bonding with your siblings. So that's going to, yeah, Capricorn definitely moves more up and down. So that's going to alleviate the headspace. But some of you might also check out Taurus, because Taurus has Mars sitting in the true sign of Taurus. Mars is sitting between the brow. So that can do away with the frustration and the perplexing and trying to troubleshoot and problem solve. Interesting. And you're wanting to get in on the pips. Ooh, 6 of diamonds. Talk about getting rid of the boogeyman, seeing somebody as the boogeyman, but it just depends on where you're coming from, right? See, this is showing up a lot at the bottom of this deck, like The Nightmare Before Christmas, where Jack and that whole world, they weren't off, you know, killing things or doing anything like that. Their world looked very normal to them. So it was easy for Christmas to come into their world, but for them to go into Christmas's world, it was a bit shocking. All right, that's some of what you're talking about here under the 4 of Wands, is like there's some shockingness going on of there's a difference. Like there may be the bad boy, bad girl, and then the good girl, good boy type, you know, melding up, opposites attracting, right? Which we call it opposites when it comes to people, but really if you're looking at it artistically, it's complements. But there is a bit of a shock and a shake up and a wake up. And you're like, I don't know what to think about this. I see the lights looking around, examining, and trying to lift the one up out of the darkness as if it is bad. That doesn't mean saving somebody, y'all. These are people who fully transpired through those energies, okay? So we're just talking about those things of the mind. And it's interesting, the Fool's coming in saying, hey, I want you to bask in this love. A love pop, y'all, doing his little stretch down there to bask in this love, this new mind, this having not decided, meaning you don't have to clarify it or fix it or pull them up out of it because it's just part of them. You don't have to pull it out of them either. For y'all to connect in this way that you had the celebration coming on in and the wands coming in, the Queen of Wands, to bring all this new life to you. This new life is a live new perspective of resiliency. Like anyone who's come through difficult times, irregardless of the side of the seesaw that you came from the night or from the day, it's about them embracing each other. Because everyone's had difficulties, trials, and tribulations, whether it was in the light or in the dark. Because the real dark that we fear is not night or darkness. It is ignorance, the not knowing. And that's how we've all made mistakes or missed the mark. And coming into the truth, the clarity, like that's the real judgment coming in here, is the grace, the appreciation, the respect for oneself, and therefore the respect for each other. All right. I hope this has helped, Virgo. That's pretty interesting. I appreciate what you've shared with us about your life going on right now. You could like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed here at this channel. Also, you could comment and compliment down below. All of the above help us rise to the top, and I appreciate your vote for us. Stop back by anytime and let me know how you're doing. I love you. Bye.